Hello everyone. In today's class, we will be discussing about the community nutrition. The content which we cover today is community nutrition. What is it? Action plan, assessment of nutritional status, equality of malnutrition, developing an action plan, nutritional disorders, and lastly, nutrition intervention programs. What are different programs which are across the globe? So, what is community nutrition? Community nutrition provides fundamental knowledge to individual or families regarding the nutritional facts. What we have to take, which nutrients we have to take, what to take, how to take, and what not to take. Eating habits, food security, and resources. It is the field dedicated to providing information and resources to the community to promote healthy lifestyle of the individual. Those individuals who are present in that particular community. Health outcomes improve by educating individuals on healthy eating habits and proper nutrition. This area of nutrition focuses on quality of life and the prevention of chronic diseases. When we will be able to know what we have to eat and what not to eat, this is going to help us to prevent in chronic diseases. For example, if you take an example of community nutrition, it provides information to families, single person or all members of a family regarding farmers market and the importance of fruit and vegetables in a diet as they relate to diseases. We can correlate why fruits are important to us, why vegetables are important to us. So this community nutrition teaches each family member or they teach community what to eat, what not to eat. The World Health Organization defines community as a social group determined by geographic boundaries or common values or interests. A community can be defined on the basis of their common interests or goals. Many successful health awareness and disease prevention efforts such as improved service and awareness of certain community specific problems have been possible in common interest communities. Community nutrition initiates, or we can say community nutrition provides services according to need of individual. So community nutrition provides services according to need of individual. So primary, secondary and tertiary prevention. So what is primary prevention? It involves designing activities to prevent a disease or condition before it occurs. Public health nutrition also focuses on the promotion of good health through nutrition. Primary prevention of nutrition related to illness and maintaining the nutritional health of population. Secondary prevention involves planning activities related to early diagnosis and treatment, including screening for diseases. Tertiary prevention consists of designing activities to treat a disease. or a condition. For example, we have to discuss malnutrition or injury in order to prevent it from progressing further. These workers, like social community workers, are professionals for a wide range of education and human services, such as childcare. They are having specific agencies for childcare. Social welfare agencies are there. Services for older individuals or old age homes, we call this, and community-based epidemiological research. I can give you another example here. If we can provide a cooking class, maybe offer suggestions on how to prepare a food purchased from a farmer's market. For example, we are having nearby farmers market. We can provide cooking classes to the community. Community nutrition may be tailored to the population served. If there are disparities such as affordability, programs may offer information on food pantries and low-cost meal options that could provide adequate nutritional value. In past 20 years, public health nutrition focused mainly on the qualitative aspect, which may influence the onset of chronic diseases, quality of life, physical and mental performance, and life expectancy. Nowadays, community nutrition workers afford to work on three main aspects: nutrition education in school and in the community, food safety and food security and development. Third is the reinforcement of food preparation skills across all age groups. Social catering services can be done either in school or at workplace or at community level. Need to ensure adequate nutritional supplements. Provide food contributing to healthy eating practices as well as to enhance culinary traditions and social learning. Food safety and food security have become a top priority in today's life. Here we will discuss, we will be across lecture, I will be discussing certain terms like malnutrition. What is malnutrition? If the right food is not consumed in right quantity by a person, so his nutrition intake is very less. Okay, so we can say that he is malnutrition. So his nutrition value is not proper. He is not taking proper value of nutrients, which has to be prescribed. Second is undernutrition. Inadequate intake of right food. So he is taking food but in low quantity. Or third one is nutritional status. Condition of the health of an individual influenced by the utilization of food consumed. If I will give an example of mine, so they will check my height, body weight, and my age. With this, they can correlate what is the health condition of Dr. Sampina. We are having certain strategies which can be followed in community nutrition. This is, so in community nutrition, how this works together. We have the surveillance of food chain. So what is grandmother taking first? then what is child taking, then what is grandchild taking. So we have to go for surveillance of food chain in the family. We have to go for mass catering to provide the proper nutrition in the community. We have to open clinical and nutrition. We have to open clinics which will discuss about the nutrients or nutrition and diabetes, dietetics, which will discuss the dietetics. So we are having doctors which will prescribe us a nutritional chart what we can take if we are malnutrition, if we are undernutrition, or if we are obese. Through mass media also, we can educate people. In each and every country, they have food and nutrition policy provided by the government. We can study the nutritional epidemiology. We can directly treat or teach community nutritional education. Why nutrition is important, or via food industry. Or via food industry, we will be able to teach our community importance of nutrition in a community. For example, I have given here certain example how many types of workers we will be having at national level. So, for example, community leaders are there to whom we follow. They can act as a role model. They can go and teach people what to eat and what not to eat. Second are community health workers. Directly they are related with the health. So directly they are community health workers. They will go into individual family. They will check their nutritional status and they will update accordingly. And they will go for statistics analysis. Then we are having education system is also there, or daycare providers are there. First community is there. Shopkeeper vendors are there, so which we can spread importance of community nutrition and other. First, we will how they will work together. They will talk about the food, the availability of food in your specific area. What are the health benefits of that food, and how it's going to help us? How this food is going to care us? How this food is going to care us? All this will give then us a proper nutrition. For example, if we talk about the food, we have to take low carbon diet. Know what is balanced diet for us. There are certain factors which have been discussed or which have been appointed in Taiwan. They have discussed 8 points altogether where the community nutrition works together. First, they work on low carbon diet. This is an example from Taiwan. Okay. Diet culture, balanced diet, they have taken food safety. If food is spoiled, then it will lead to the infection. Environmental friendliness. We have to make sure whatever waste are remaining, it is environmental friendly. We have to check for community industries also, food and agriculture experience, overall global environmental change and adjustment, which we have to do in community nutrition program. For example, how agriculture will help us in how agriculture is involved in community nutrition. This is an example for there are 5 ways to improve nutrition for agriculture. So what are these 5 ways? First one, increase availability and accessibility to diverse nutritional food. Second is encourage income, use of better diets, health and hygiene. Third one is recognize the central Role of women in agriculture and nutrition. Fourth one, generate demand for diverse and nutritious food. And the last one is establish policies and programs to support a broad view of nutrition. This is how we are able to see community as per agriculture. So if we are talking about the community nutrition, so we have to assess what is the nutritional status of a particular community. We are having two different methods by which we will be able to assess community nutrition. First is the direct method and second one is the indirect method. Direct assessment method, that is anthropometry. First, we will discuss this. Biochemical, biophysical, clinical, dietary assessment, functional assessment. Second is indirect assessment method. Vital health statistics, ecological factor assessment. Now the first one, anthropometry. Human body reflects change in morphological variations due to inappropriate food intake or malnutrition. Information on this aspect is therefore important and has practical application. For example, if a person is not able to have proper food, this will reflect on his body weight. That will obviously reflect its height. Forget about the genetic factors. We are not discussing the genetic factors which will be responsible for your body weight or height. We are just discussing the nutrition. Nutrition also play important role in body weight. If you will look at someone who is thin, lean, his bones are visible, so we can say his malnutrition. As for height also, head circumference. What is the circumference of your head? Chest circumference, mid-upper arm circumference, and subcutaneous body fat measurement. So by observing these things, we will be able to conclude under which category this person is. For example, I have given one example here. Interpretation of anthropometric measurements. Determination of nutritional status using weight and height. What we are discussing here, weight and height. So if height and weight is less than 80%, if it is less than, if it is greater than, it's not less than, it's greater than 80%, it is in normal range. If it is grade 1, so it means his percent weight of age of NCHS standard is 70 to 80%. Then grade 2nd, 60 to 70%. Then grade 3rd, 50 to 60%. Then grade 4, less than 60%. Even another example I have given for adults, body mass index. Or let me go back. We are having, okay, let me just be honest. So for this is WHO classification, okay, body mass index. If the weight of a person given body mass index is, its value is in kilogram per meter cube. It will vary as per your weight, kilogram per meter cube. If a person's weight is less than 18.5, he is underweight. So he's thin, lean, and if the value of BMI is in range of 18.5 to 24.9, then he is in normal range. He is normal. Not malnutrition, he is normal. If its body mass index will vary from 25 to 29.9. So we can say he is overweight. So he is small. He is having ample food. Availability of proper nutrients is there. Or sometimes it may be related to some disease also. Or if it is greater than or equal to 30, we won't call their overweight, we will call he or she is obese. In obese also we are having grade class 1, class 2 and class 3 as per the weight. So for class 1 it is 30 to 34.9. Obese class 2nd will range from 35 to 39.5 and grade 3rd obese. So they are extremely obese. So their BMI will range is greater than or equal to 40 kilogram per meter cube. So we are having application of anthropometry. So to assess the extent of malnutrition in vulnerable groups, to identify a risk group at early stages. By this way, we are able to identify risk at early stage. If we will know the BMI of a particular person. Even we can see linear dimensions such as height. If we have to talk about the anthropometry method, we can check the body height also, linear dimension like height also. We can check for reserve of energy, protein and fat by superficial soft tissue. If he or she is chubby, so we can say there is a deposition of fat in his body. So second one is biochemical assessment. How we will use biochemical methods to assess the nutritional status of a person. Biochemical methods are more clear-cut. First, it's a clear-cut method, independent and reflective method for evaluation of nutritional status than any other method. In this development of any deficiency, disease, biochemical change can be expected to occur prior to clinical manifestation. If a person is having less protein intake, by biochemical method we will be able to evaluate this. Or if person is having high amount of fat or cholesterol or triglycerides in his biochemical assessment, we can say that he is going to have heart disease in the future. For example, I have given here some tests. The first one is serum albumin level we can check. We can check for iron, folate, vitamin B6, vitamin B12, which help in formation of blood. Fat soluble vitamins, these are A and B present in the blood. Vitamin D, important for bone formation and to keep bone healthy. Vitamin B plays important. Vitamin A play important role for your eyesight. Blood and urinary glucose levels to determine diabetes. If a person is having high glucose in the blood, so it indicates that he is going to be diabetic person in the future. Or another example is blood lipid profile, which includes cholesterol and triglycerides, indicator of heart disease. What is biochemical assessment? This is a direct assessment. We have certain limitations, like it's a time-consuming and expensive method. To perform all these tests, we need to spend money. It's not possible for a layman also. They can't be applied to whole community. We can't take whole community to proceed for biochemical testing. when we are having a large population in that community. To perform these biochemical tests, we need experienced, well-trained persons. Most tests reveal only current nutritional status. So whatever test we are doing, it gives us the current status, what we had yesterday or what we are having since from 1 week, whatever is present, nutrients are present in our body. It doesn't give us the overall value of nutrients which we are taking from our childhood till now. Standard reference value and standardized specific tests for specific nutrients are needed. The values for particular tests will vary. First will vary if we are using different procedures, values will vary. If we are using different methods, this will vary, and again it will vary from region to region. And also it will vary which machine you are using for particular test. Now the third one is biophysical or radiological tests are used in specific studies where additional information regarding change in the bone or muscular performance is required. When clinical examination suggests a specific malnutrition, following radiographic examinations can be done. First, in rickets, there is headlit concave line of increased density at distal end of long bone, usually the radius and ulna. If a person is suffering from rickets, there is increase in density at distal bone of long bone of your radius and ulna. It means long bone of your hand. Radius is towards the thumb side and ulna is towards the little finger side. In infertile cervix, there is a ground grass appearance of long bones with loss of density. The third example is in beriberi. There is an increased cardiac size as visible via X-ray. Changes in bone also occur in advanced fluorosis. Through X-ray, we will be able to see whether he or she is suffering from osteoarthritis. One. Second thing, we can check via X-rays. We can check for osteoporosis. Endocardiography is used for graphing heart sound and a means of measuring nutritional status of heart. These are different techniques, different tests which can be used for specific diseases. We are having merits like the results are more accurate. The results by biophysical methods are more accurate and can be used as a supporting data for other methods. Again, limitations are there. The instruments which we use for biophysical assessment, they are quite expensive. Technical knowledge is a must to integrate the data. It is difficult to transport equipment to interior parts of remote areas of lake. And maintenance of those equipments is quite costly. Now the third one is clinical assessment. Third one is clinical assessment. Clinical examination assessing level of health of individual or a population group in relation to the food they consume. It is the simplest and practical method. This assessment of change that can be seen or felt in superficial epithelial tissue, especially skin, eyes, hair, buccal mucosa, believed to be related to inadequate nutrient intake are termed as clinical assessment. How we will be able to do this clinical assessment? Through your skin, we will observe your skin. This will give us the knowledge, which type of what is the nutritional status of you. We can see in your eyes, hair, like this. So they can be classified into three groups: group 1, group 2, and group 3. Like for example, I will give you appearance or general appearance. Loss of subcutaneous fat, sunken or hollow cheek. It indicates that there is deficiency of protein, intake of protein, so less energy and less fluid in his body. If we will look at the hair, if we will take hair as an example, if we will look at hair, it is easily plucked. If our hairs are dry, brittle hair, it indicates that you are having deficiency of protein or biotin with vitamin C. If we will see about the nails, pruning, transverse lines, dry and scaly, flaky paint, it indicates you are having deficiency of iron, protein, vitamin A, and zinc. If you will look at the skin, you will see some rashes are there. Follicular hyperkeratosis is there, or hyperpigmentation. It indicates essential fatty acids are missing in your diet. Vitamin A, vitamin B12, vitamin A, vitamin K, vitamin C, these are missing. Even if your skin is too dry, you are able to write on your skin. It indicates you are having deficiency of vitamin E, vitamin A, and K. These are the clinical signs and symptoms of nutrition inadequacy. So what are the merits of this? Relative inexpensive methods. Field equipment or a laboratory is not needed because we can use physical objects, we can use our eyes. This is simple and most practical method. This will give the overall data of the nutritional status of a person. Gives a valuable information to public health workers. Still, everything has its own limitations. Proper trained persons are required. Non-specific signs may be falsely related to nutritional deficiencies. Early signs and symptoms are rare and often include weakness, lethargy, irritability. The procedure is non-invasive and cooperative of subjects can be achieved easily. Another direct survey is diet survey. In determining the health and nutrition status of a community diet plays a vital role. As we discussed here earlier, if something is missing in your diet, for example, protein is missing, so it's reflective from your health appearance. It will reflect from your physique. So, as advantage of diet surveys involves direct weighing of food, enhanced relatively and accurate methods. If a person is ill, he is admitted to hospital. So doctors look at it, visit dietitian. So dietitian will come and they will teach us. They will weigh our food. They will teach us how much amount and how much quantity we have to take. And this is one of the simple methods. Still, it has disadvantage, like it's a time consuming, needs cooperation of cooking person through the study period. Coefficient of computing intake holds good only for calories, can't be calculated for other nutrients like proteins. We can only count calories. We can't count, as for a layman, we can't count how much protein he is taking, how much vitamins are going in, and how much minerals are going in. Because we are having certain vitamins or minerals which are heat liable. So precise consumption level of specific age group within and family can't be assessed. So now the another is the functional assessment. Another is the functional assessment. Functional assessment is used to assess change in function correlate with nutrient inadequacy. The functional sufficiency of the cell, tissue, organ, and anatomical system to accomplish their biological function is assessed by this method. Functional indices of nutritional status include cognitive ability, disease response, reproductive competence, and physical activity and work performance, social and behavior performance. Here is again I have given some examples. For example, if we will see transportation, intestinal absorption. So here iron absorption takes place in intestine, cobalt absorption takes place. If we talk about this plasma tissue transport, cells are having plasma, right? So in our blood we are having plasma, cells are having cytoplasm, right? Blood is having plasma. Zinc uptake by erythrocytes. Zinc is taken by RBC cells. Retinol lead to close response. Vitamin E is also carried by vitamin E cells. So this is how we can proceed for nutritional functional indices of nutritional status. Now we are having second method, that is indirect assessment method. Vital statistics. The term vital statistics signifies the data and analytical method for describing vital events occurring in community, such as birth. What is the birth rate of a community? Illness. If community is healthy, then there will be less ill persons. Marriage. At what age they are getting married? Migration. Mo mo mobility, morbidity and mortality within a population, which are again influenced by the nutritional status. So what is this measures of morbidity? Morbidity relates to types and varieties of disease one faces or experience which affect their day-to-day life. If, for example, I am ill this day, today I am suffering from asthma. Okay, one. After few weeks, I will face some another issue. I will be having osteoarthritis, another issue. These diseases will not, they won't lead me to death, but still we are having one or other illness is there that is going to my day-to-day life. So that condition is called as morbidity. And second one is mortality. Mortality is again divided into three parameters: infant mortality rate in the community, prenatal mortality rate, and toddler mortality rate. So if we talk about infant mortality rate, this is the number of babies dying in first year of life per 1,000 live births. How many children are dying in first year of their life? This is infant mortality rate. Second one is perinatal mortality rate. This is the number of deaths of infants under 1 month and still births per 1,000 total births. Toddler mortality rate is the number of deaths between 1 to 4 years. 1 to 4 years.
Now, second one is the assessment of ecological factors. What are different ecological factors which are involved in community nutrition? Ecology play a vital role in maintaining of nutritional status. The ecological factors related to this etiology and prevention of malnutrition will include conditioning infections, cultural influence, social economic factors. Social economic factors. So if we will talk about the conditional infections, for example, if we are having, if a person is suffering from some bacterial infection like TB, so TB is not going to be with him lifelong. So it's a conditional infection. It will come, it will be treated, and it will go away. We are having viral infection. Example is measles, parasitic infection, malaria. These are the conditional infections. Now the cultural influence. How culture is influencing on community nutrition. For example, food attitudes. If I'm not taking mutton in my day-to-day life, I will be deficit of protein. Meal pattern. How much quantity you're taking as per your height and age and weight. Local concepts. In certain areas we are across the globe, we are having people who only are vegan. We are non-vegetarian people, we are vegetarian people. Prevention and cure of disease all significantly contribute to nutritional status. Now, socio-economic factors. Socio-economic factors. Illiteracy level, housing and sanitary amenities, water supply, sewage, occupation, income, expenses. They all are in socio-economic factors. They will all include in socio-economic factors. If we talk about the ecology of malnutrition, what are different causes which lead to malnutrition in child? For example, inadequate maternal and child care. When a child is born or when a child in his mother's womb, that time mother had not taken proper nutrients. Or when the child is born, he is not able to have proper nutrients through mother's milk. So again, it's an immediate cause, it's an immediate result. So if we will check its underlying cause, it indicates that he is or she is having insufficient excess of food. First. Second will be poor sanitation in a particular area. Again, for understanding the underlying cause, we have to know the basic cause. There are many reasons why food and nutrient problems occur. It is important to try and identify the most important causes, some of which may be sorry, not enough food for everyone, especially for young children, because young children at till age of 21, they are growing, they need more food than adults. Too little money to buy, too little money to buy food. Unemployment or underemployment, not having enough education, bad roads, no transportation to take crops to the market, not enough clean and safe water in the society, infection and disease in children, poor families, and too many children in per family. You may have noticed often nutrition problems are caused by bad practice such as poor handling and storage of food, unsanitary disposal of rubbish and human waste, and improper weaning practices. What are different action plans which can be taken? The community must decide a different action to take in solving them. Dictating on which action to take will depend on the kind of problem. Obviously, action will be taken, action plan will be made on which type of problem we are facing. Its causes and the reason behind the behavior, which causes it. Working out an action plan will involve understanding and stating cleanly what you want to achieve. First. Second, deciding on the activities and materials you will need. Third, identifying the people you will need. Giving job or task to people, putting the whole plan into a time frame which shows when the activity has to start and end. So if we are having nutritional deficiencies, obviously we will be having disorders. So like I have mentioned 3, but we are discussing only 2. I have mentioned 4, we are discussing only 2. Protein energy malnutrition, PEM, anemia, vitamin D deficiency, iodine deficiency disorder. If we talk about protein energy malnutrition, the malnutrition disorder. It's a man-made nutrition disorder. It means if a person is suffering due to protein, so it means we have not taken enough protein in our diet. It can be maternal malnutrition, reasons for why you have not taken protein. Means when you are in the womb of your mother, that time you have not taken proper protein, she has not taken proper protein, low birth weight, faulty feeding practices, dietary inadequacy, infections, low economic status, and cultural practices. How to take care of this family? It's one of the common nutritional disorders across the globe. 98% of hungry people live in developing countries where almost about 12.97% of population is undernutrition. A global estimation of 26 million children under 5 years of surveillance are severely malnutrition. Undernutrition contributes to 2.6 million deaths of children under 5 years, which marks 1/3 of globe. As for the UNICEF. What is UNICEF? We will discuss this also in some upcoming slides. 1 out of 6 children in developing countries are underweight. 1 in 4 stunted child live in developing countries. If we will talk about the less intake of protein, it will lead to two different diseases. First is kwashiorkor. Marginally energy is low. Energy is there, but insufficient protein intake. The disease that the first child gets when the new child comes. Second one is marasmus, insufficient protein and energy intake. We will see the conditions, what is occurring in the kwashiorkor and what is happening in the marasmus. As you can see here, we are having symptoms of kwashiorkor. If you zoom this, you will be able to see. For example, if a child is suffering from kwashiorkor, if we talk about his hair and skin, it's pale and thin. Kwashiorkor persons are having damaged immune system. They're decreased in muscle mass, protruding large belly. Belly is large here. Difficulty in eating, failure to grow weight and grow, failure to gain weight and grow. Fatigue, he is always having diarrhea. Edema. Here is edema. So his legs are swollen. Change in pigmentation. These are the conditions which can be seen in Keshavartan. So if we talk about symptoms of medicine, extensive tissue and muscle wasting, loose skin folds hanging over the buttock and armpit, so his muscles will be quite loose. He will be having dry skin. So how this can be prevented? Prevention. We can have adequate carbohydrates, healthy nutrients can be taken, proper amount of protein, sugar and fatty foods, milk and dairy products, fruit and vegetables. Second is anemia. Overall, 2.5 to 4 gram of iron is present in our body. Nutritional anemia occurs as a result of the inability of erythropoietic cells to maintain the normal hemoglobin status of a person, and account of inadequate supply of one or nutrients leading to fall in total hemoglobin production in circulation. Iron deficiency anemia is a major global health problem affecting more than any other condition, constituting a public health challenge of epidemic proportion. Anemia with major consequences on health and well-being in women increase the risk of maternal and neonatal adverse outcomes. The other causes of anemia may include vitamin B12, vitamin B6, and folic acid. If we will see the epidemiology, the different outcomes of levels of hemoglobin is divided by 2. These values depend on age, whether you're sex, whether you're male or female, and the physiological state. From population, if it's 6 to 59 months of age, if its hemoglobin is greater than or equal to 11, so he is non-anemic. If its hemoglobin value ranges from 10 to 10.9, they are mild anemic. Or if their hemoglobin value ranges in 7 to 9.9, then they are moderate. Or if their hemoglobin value is less than 7, they are severe anemic. Okay, so if we talk about the normal non-pregnant women greater than 15 years of age, so their value should be greater than 12 or equal to 12. If it is 11 to 11.9, mild anemic. If it is 8 to 10.9, moderate anemic. Or if less than 8, it is severe anemic. By this way, we will be able to see who is anemic and who is not anemic. Now, if we will look at an anemic person, we will be having certain symptoms. His eyes are yellow, skin is paleness, coldness and yellowing, shortening of breath when he is walking, weak muscles. He always gets change in color. If he will proceed for X-ray, it will be observed that he is having enlargement of spleen. So if the person is anemic, he will be having continuous palpitations, rapid heart rate, chest pain, angina, even heart attack also. He will be always having low blood pressure. Fatigue, dizziness, and feeling is a common issue associated with the anemia. So what can be the treatment for anemia? Treatment of the causative disease. What is the main reason that the anemia is here? We can change their diet. We can provide a vitamin and mineral supplements. Other medications can be done. If it's a severe case, then we can proceed for blood transfusion, bone marrow transplant, surgery, or antibiotic therapy. Now, we discussed about the community nutrition. So, we're taking care of all this. So, we are having nutrition intervention programs across the globe. Eradication of poverty, malnutrition, and food security are main goals of organizations involved in community development. The goal of the organization that work on the Department of Food and Nutrition are the established technical norms, providing funding, providing technical assistance, and delivering services. And the first one is Food and Agriculture Organization, FAO, Food and Agriculture Organization. FAO was started on 6 October 1945 with its headquarters in Rome, Italy, under United Nations Economic and Social Council. This is the largest specialized agency in the United Nations organization with 197 member states, including European Union. Their basic concept is to have enough food for all. We are talking about FAO. Enough food for all. The main of FAO is create a world in which all children can grow, learn, and flourish, develop into healthy, caring, active members of the society. Help nations raise living standards, improve nutritional status of people of all nations, increase the efficacy of farming, forestry, and fishing, better the condition of rural people, widen the opportunity of all people for productive work. Now, the second one, World Health Organization, WHO. World Health Organization is the United Nations specialized agency for health. Came into action April 7, 1948, which is celebrated every year as World Health Day. It is intergovernmental organization and works in collaboration with the member states, who is responsible for providing leadership on global health matters. First, shaping the status of research agenda. Second, setting norms and standards, articulating evidence-based policy options, and providing technical support to countries. The core and general objective of WHO: to widen the spectrum of maternal and fetal health, to assist government upon request in strengthening the healthy health services, to furnish appropriate technical assistance, and in emergency necessity aid they provide upon the request or acceptance of government. These are the main objectives which are done by the WHO. Now the last one, UNICEF, United Nations International Children Emergency Fund. This was started by United Nations General Assembly in 11 December 1946 to provide food and health care to the children and mothers who were affected in World War II. And in 1953, when the emergency conditions were over, it was renamed as United Nations Children Fund. The aim of UNICEF is to make whole child life, improving the nutritional status and health of children, improving the environment of a living country, providing clean and safe environment for the children to live in. Functions, how they function. They take care of malnutrition persons, preventing micronutrient deficiency. They provide tablet supplements in the public at community level. supportive nutrition for HIV and AIDS person, emergency health care, ensuring maternal health, monitoring infant growth rate. This completes your today's topic. Any questions, any doubts?